Okay, it's time. We are about to find out who Charles is, and who A is, and who the A-team is, and I'm very, very excited. See if it's not up yet, I will cry. It's here. Let's do this. Wait, that's Ali. Oh, is this a flash forward?
Don't do this to
Look at Radley.
Use picture.
Oh my god! So whoever this is going to kill this person? Wait, I think my Arya theory's out. Where the hell is this? Mona. Oh my god. Who is that? Who is that? That's the dad. Oh my god, is he dead? Are you serious? Right, see, this is all very high tech, which makes me worried about Caleb. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That was the shot in the promo. Okay, that's Toby. Oh, it's Jason. Oh my god.
Oh my god, at least we tried.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Don't be so
What? No way. She is the right age. Wait, what? So
secret came between her and
Cece can't be Charles. Oh, make Mr. D look young. Beth is gonna kill us. Oh my god! How long was Weldon there for? Red coat. Please be good. Please be
there's
good.
another.
Can we start again?
Oh no, he's
I'm
hit me.
Jason.
I know what you're gonna say. It's screwed up that I dated my brother. Did you guys? Okay, that's just sick.
I forgot Jason and Cece were
pulled up.
together.
She's lovely, Jason.
Awkward.
I killed Bethany.
What? Weldon must have been the whole time where Ali was. Or at least who was involved. But why would Cece want to mess with?
I was doing riddles and twisted rhymes.
It's got to be
Got
right.
me really excited. Sarah Harvey was the other redcoat. When I needed her to be. Getting you out of here.
What?
I'm back.
How the heck did they get there? Who is that?
Get out of
That's
here.
Sarah. Oh, Spence.
Don't even think.
Ha. Amazing. So, right, I don't understand. How did Cece get Sarah? Oh. We're getting the skip ahead already. What?
We have to go. Now, Allison.
What?
Too late. He's already here.
Oh my god, Spencer's got a fringe. Who's Mrs. Rollins? Is Lorenzo's surname Rollins? I don't know how I feel. I know that a lot of people are on the Charles wanted to be a girl and that's why I didn't like, that's why he resented Ali, and so Charles is Bethany theory. So when Charles went into Radley, he started living as a girl, and that's what the two dresses were all about in the Christmas episode, the dream that Ali had. It does make sense. They have to tread quite carefully with that, just in terms of, you know, implying that if you want to be the opposite gender, then you might be insane. As long as they are very careful with the way that they do that, that could be interesting. So, I don't really know how to feel after that. I think part of the problem is that I really built it up in my head wanting it to be like this huge betrayal. So I really wanted it to turn out to be someone really, really central. So someone like Arya, or someone like, I didn't want it to be Caleb, but do you know what I mean? Like Caleb or Toby or Arya, or someone who was very much central, or Ezra, I guess. Someone who was very much more central to the storyline and was around them a lot more. I kind of just wanted it to be someone like that, so that when we got the big reveal, it was going to be like, oh, are you serious? It was that person? Which I guess we got, but I think because I'd read the Cece theory, well actually, I didn't know that it was Cece. I will say that. I read the theory about the Charles wanting to be a girl, and because I mentioned that I think in the reacting to the 525 video, I'd read the theory about Charles wanting to be a girl, and that's what the yellow dress and all that was all about. But I hadn't necessarily put two and two together that that was going to be Cece, so that was a bit of a surprise. But I don't know, I think just because I'd read that theory so long ago and I'd kind of moved past it, and I'd jumped on the whole like Rain and Arya and all that bandwagon. I don't know, I guess I wasn't expecting it. Once again, I turned off all my social media notifications last night. I didn't want to get any spoilers, I didn't want to see anything on Twitter or whatever. I'm now going to go onto the hashtag and have a little look and see what people are saying. I don't know what people are going to have felt about this. The PLL finale was actually sick. What about Maya? What if Cece is covering for A? Could well be. PLL sure are good with their cliffhangers, that's true. 5 years of my life I finally get answers and they start a new theory. So true. Oh, after 6 years they could have given us a better ending, so lame. Disappointed with ending after Cece says game over, a bit of a letdown. God, I feel bad for Jason. He may have had the worst life out of all of them. I mean, he did date not one but two of his half-sisters. When did he date Spencer? He never dated Spencer. And he definitely didn't date Ali. There are so many questions left unanswered. I feel like the writers picked names out of a hat for the roles of A, Charles, Charlotte, Cece, Black Veil and Red Coat. It would have made more sense for Dan Humphrey to be A as my favourite Tumblr reaction so far. PLL finale tweets got me questioning my intelligence while dying of laughter at the fact the mums are still in the basement. Oh my god, that is true. So who killed Alison's mum? Yeah, who did kill Alison's mum? I'm still wondering about that. Watching Emily punch Sarah was the best thing I've seen in a long time. This is so bizarre. It's very mixed. It seems to be a very mixed reaction. Questions that I have. Where were the boys, as in like Ezra and Caleb and Toby, at the time that all of this was going on? We never got to see them really in the whole episode. The Sarah thing is puzzling me. So where did Sarah come from? Because Sarah, as far as I could tell, was trapped in the dollhouse and had been, or had she not been? I don't know, they didn't explain that. They didn't explain how Sarah and Cece met, because obviously the Bethany and Cece connection makes sense because of Radley. But where was Sarah? Because Sarah wasn't in Radley as far as we know, and that surely would have got brought up at some point and been like, oh, major coincidence by the way, the girl who went missing the same night as Ali and Bethany was also in Radley. Did she randomly capture her and lock her up in the doll's house as someone to use as a decoy? And how did she build the big fence locked in thing? Like, she seems to be super intelligent. I don't think she could have done all this by herself. This is why I'm getting a bit worried about Caleb, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, he is very intelligent and tech savvy, and whoever this person is, I mean, she built a lair, like, and that lair thing that she was trapped in at the Karasimi group, how did she get, and they're saying, oh, she hired Reese as a decoy. How did she get to hire anybody? Because surely the people at the Karasimi group were like, who's this nut job? Because she couldn't walk in there and say like, oh, hi there, sorry, I'm Mr. and Mrs. De Laurentiis' child. Because then they'd all be a bit like, oh, well, you know, you're not Alison or Jason, therefore who are you? So she couldn't say that. So how did she get to be on the board in a position to hire anybody? Unless it was like behind the scenes and she was going under a code name or something like. So that I don't understand. The Sarah thing I don't understand. And also at the end when Emily said Sarah just got out of hospital, Arya said what happened to her that night wasn't our fault. One of them said, oh, I don't think she'll see it that way. So was Sarah not red coat? I mean, she was definitely wearing the red coat in Radley, and she seemed to want them to leave, and she quite obviously knew that they were going to get trapped in that room because she wouldn't go in. But was she not red coat then? Because why were they then apologising and saying what happened to her that night wasn't our fault? So does that mean that Cece was blackmailing her into helping her, or what? I don't know. I don't understand how that works. The 5 years later bit's going to be interesting. I like that Spencer has a fringe. It's changing things up a little bit. Who is he? This is where I wonder when they say he's here, it's too late, like we came back to get you or came back to save you kind of thing. That's where I start to think, is that Ren? Because now I remember saying in a blog post ages ago that the moment in Radley when Ren said like, I've held up my end of the bargain, now you need to hold up yours kind of thing, that's when they got Spencer's mum taken off, like Veronica Hastings taken off Ashley Marrin's case. So Ren was instrumental in that. So at that point you're going, right, okay, well obviously like Ren there's something weird going on here, he's communicating with somebody. So at the time I had said the only things that would have made sense for that phone call to happen was that Ren was working with Cece or Ren was working with A. At the time I did not know that they were one and the same. So that then suggests that Ren did speak to Cece and was working with her on that. So does that mean that he is going to be involved in the next part of this season? I don't know. He was acting suspiciously and he did have that drawing with the red coat and all that kind of stuff. So is he going to come back next season and he's the one who's coming to get the girls at the school where Ali is now a teacher called Mrs. Rollins? Whose surname is Rollins? We definitely heard someone called Rollins. Is Lorenzo Rollins? I don't know if he is. I'm going to Google this because it's quite cute actually if they got married. I'd be quite pleased about that. I was really hoping it was Caleb and Hannah that got married, but this is a Bustle article titled "Is Lorenzo Mr. Rollins in the Pretty Little Liars Jump Forward?" Maybe she's just changed, although why would you call herself Mrs.? I was going to say maybe she's just changed her name to, but she's teaching at Rosewood High, like, it's not like people aren't going to know who she is. According to E, Dr. Rollins is going to be a handsome psychologist. I hope she didn't meet him when he was treating her. Who will be sticking around for a little bit. It's obviously not Rain, and also he's not a psychiatrist. That's all that we know about him so far, apparently. While it might be a little bit weird for a doctor to date a patient, well, stranger things have already happened on the show. That's certainly true. I think because I'd worked myself so much up to be like, oh my god, I think it was maybe a slight, like, anticlimax, but I think that was more my fault than the show's. So things that I would like answered, if anyone has answers. Where did Cece and Sarah meet? Was Sarah really locked in the doll's house for that whole time, or was she willingly participating? Because none of that was answered. So I'd like to know about that. So was she legit the other red coat, or was that just, again, to throw us off the scent? What is going to happen with her next season? Is she going to be involved at all? Who knows? I assume then that Cece / Charles / Charlotte is just going to go back to some sort of institution. I would assume after all of that. I don't know. I feel exhausted now because, you know, quite honestly, I didn't sleep particularly well last night and then was getting up to watch this, which I was very excited for. So I'm sort of now like, I feel like I'm mentally drained. So I better go and get on with some work because I am working from home today. That is why I had the luxury of being able to watch this with my breakfast. But yeah, I'm starting work at 9:30 and it's now 9:20. So I'm going to go and start some work. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this. My Jason theory was just totally wrong, which was kind of sad, as was my Arya suspicion, which makes me kind of sad, but at the same time, I guess I didn't actually want Arya to be involved, but I think just because of those amazing theory videos, I was like, she must be. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the finale or mid-season finale. Did you see it coming? Did you think it was good? Were you let down and disappointed? Just let me know what your thoughts are and how you felt about the big reveal. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this and I will speak to you again soon. Bye. Good moment. I mean, it was awful, obviously, but it was such a good moment in the episode because I felt like we needed something like that. We needed Charles to do something like really